if you're wondering whether there is uncertainty about what happens in the next few minutes, just look at this one data cut and it kind of puts things in perspective for you. Of the seats for which we have trends, there are 84 seats where the NDA's vote share is more than 50%. So these aren't seats which are being fought or won or lost at this moment by a tight margin. If your lead is more than 50% of the votes, then this is settling in your favor. There are 84 such seats. The India Alliance is only 10 seats where their vote share is more than 50%. Most of their vote share is between 40 and 50. On 18 seats, it's between 25 and 40. So basically, the NDA in Maharashtra is running away with this election. This is very, very clear. They have 16 seats where it's between 40 and 50. But if the bulk of your seats are in this corner, it's very clear they're running away with this election. If I look at the battles where the margin is less than 500 votes, there are 1.3% of total votes counted in Maharashtra. Of that, the NDA is currently leading in 125. Of these 125 leads, 69 are for the BJP, 30 for the Sena, 23 for Ajit Pawar. The UBT at 19. Oh my God, the Congress is the kamzorest kadi in Maharashtra in the MVA. UBT at 19, Sharad Pawar at 25, Congress only at 17. It's the collapse and the surrender of the Congress. That, again, a big data trend coming from the election intelligence dashboard.
Absolutely, and this shows that the Congress party, which was riding high after the 2024 verdict, just didn't go on the ground hard enough. I mean, this has been said by many people that the Congress slept for the three months. If these numbers hold, look at it. Sharad Pawar is actually the single largest. He too is not doing as well as he might have hoped for, but at least he's not being routed. The Shiv Sena UBT is also struggling because if they only end up with just 20 or 25, that means Shinde Sena will be more than them. So you've got a situation now where the Uddhav Sena could be heading for a big defeat, and so could the Congress. And that's the number.
I want to show something
You're showing a very important story.
You know, and this is why I love the election intelligence dashboard. And we make so much of an effort to bring it together because the kind of live insights we can pull out. You don't need to wait for 72 hours, or you don't even need to wait to write a book. It's happening right in front of you, live and exclusive. Of the 33 seats at this moment where there is a direct BJP versus Congress fight, by which I mean that either the BJP is won or the Congress is won. So if in the ring it's BJP versus Congress, the BJP is pummeling the Congress in Maharashtra. 30 such seats, the BJP strike rate on them is 91%. They're winning 30 of those 33 seats. The Congress leading only on 3 seats where it's directly BJP versus Congress. They're getting a hammering at this time. If it's Eknath Shinde versus Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, there you've got the Shinde Sena, 9 out of 10 leads, 90% strike rate against Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. The UBT being routed as well. This is not a victory. This is a thumping majority in the way that it's shaping up at this moment. The NCP Sharad Pawar versus Ajit Pawar, there it is 70% versus 30. 70% of those seats going in Ajit Pawar's favor, 30% going in favor of Sharad Pawar. That's not very good, but it's not as bad as the others.
Well, that's again a huge change.
It was
in comparison
to
Lok Sabha.
In Lok Sabha,
oh, no, of course.
Sharad Pawar had swept.
You know, but the main reasons are that all the regional satraps were with Ajit Pawar. See, you need to understand, Ajit Pawar's party is the sum total of those individual, very strong leaders.
And they're coming to the party today.
And they're leading in 28.
Now, in the battles which are BJP versus Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, you know, you've got the BJP leading on all 7 of those seats. The UBT being routed, the collapse of the UBT is one of the big stories of the trends that we've seen so far. BJP versus NCP, Sharad Pawar, BJP leading on 9 out of 12 of those seats. Again, the BJP dominating everywhere. Where it is Congress versus the Shinde Sena, you've got the Shinde Sena leading on 5 out of 7, the Congress leading on 2 out of 7. It's very clear from this data, the MVA seems to have collapsed.
The MVA has collapsed primarily because the MVA went into this election without a clear narrative. You see, you went into an election in the belief that because you had won the Lok Sabha by this big margin, you would just as easily win Vidhan Sabha. It is the classic 2024 Rahul. has shown that complacency doesn't work in elections. If you think an election is a done deal, maybe BJP thought that in Lok Sabha, paid a price for it. Maybe Congress thought that in Haryana, paid a huge price for it. And maybe the MVA thought that in Maharashtra. Think about it. Uddhav Thackeray stepped out really into the election campaign only in the last 20 days. Sharad Pawar has been on the ground, which might, I still think, give him some hope against Ajit Pawar. But Ajit Pawar got his act together. He got in consultants, he sort of rebranded himself, apologized for putting up Sunetra Pawar against Supriya Sule. There was course correction. The MVA did not do anything new compared to 2024 Lok Sabha. One size does not fit all. And they're going to pay a heavy price for it. They've actually, in my view, handed over this election to Mahayuti, allowed Mahayuti to set the agenda and didn't respond. You can't do that in politics.
Rahul, Amit Shah's favorite line is about Indian politics is, and about his party is, that हम देश चलाने नहीं आ रहे हैं, हम दिल्ली देश चलाने नहीं आ रहे. We are not here to govern the country. हम देश बनाने आए हैं. ये जो spirit था, and in this case, the entire Maharashtra story started with the fight with Uddhav Thackeray putting an allegation against Amit Shah one-on-one, that in that meeting in Matoshri, Amit Shah had promised chief ministership and Amit Shah denied it. And I think from that day to today, Amit Shah may end up with a last laugh, because
Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar. This is a dramatic victory
how
in the way that
BJP plans micromanagement, how they do micromanagement. And,
and the Congress was getting very excited what was happening on the TV studios where the end of the Modi era had been declared. The fact is that this is a very resounding verdict against that narrative.
Maharashtra was a very important part of that vision, कि देश बनाना है तो महाराष्ट्र चाहिए.
And it settles, Rajat, so many political debates.